fluorescent lights cast long, skeletal shadows across the empty office floor. Rain lashed against the windows, mirroring the tempest brewing inside Amelia. Her knuckles were white, gripping the worn leather of her chair. Every creak of the building, every distant rumble of thunder, sent a jolt of fear through her. Amelia was a night auditor, a solitary sentinel in a sea of vacant cubicles. The building, a hulking monstrosity of steel and glass, housed a shadowy government agency dealing in the unexplainable. Tonight, however, the unexplainable had decided to make itself known. It started subtly, a cold spot that clung to her like a shroud, the faint scent of ozone, metallic and sharp. Then the whispers began, barely audible, slithering through the ventilation system, weaving insidious tales of forgotten horrors. Amelia tried to rationalize it. Old wiring, faulty pipes, the stress of a long day. But the fear, cold and clammy, refused to be ignored. Her gaze darted around the room, searching for the source of the whispers, the unseen eyes that seemed to follow her every move. Suddenly, the lights flickered violently, plunging the office into an eerie darkness. Amelia gasped, her heart hammering against her ribs. The whispers intensified, a cacophony of voices, some pleading, others mocking. She scrambled for her phone, her fingers trembling as she dialed security. "Hello?" A groggy voice answered. "Security. This is Amelia in the night audit. The power's out and I think something's wrong." "Ma'am, I'll send someone right away. Just stay calm." The line went dead. Amelia was alone in the darkness, the whispers now a deafening roar. A figure materialized in the gloom, tall and gaunt, its features obscured by the shadows. It moved with an unnatural grace, gliding across the floor, its presence radiating an aura of chilling malevolence. Fear, raw and primal, seized Amelia. She crawled back from the edge of her desk, her eyes wide with terror. The figure approached, its movements fluid and predatory. Amelia squeezed her eyes shut, willing herself to disappear, to become invisible. A cold hand, icy and skeletal, gripped her shoulder. She screamed, a sound that was swallowed by the darkness. The hand tightened, its grip like iron. Amelia felt a jolt of searing pain, a scream tearing from her throat. When she finally dared to open her eyes, the figure was gone. The lights flickered back to life, revealing only the empty office, the rain still lashing against the windows. But the terror remained. It clung to her like a shroud, a constant, suffocating presence. The whispers continued, though softer now, a haunting echo of the fear that had gripped her. The rest of the night was a blur of paranoia and dread. Every shadow seemed to hold a lurking threat, every creak of the building a harbinger of doom. Amelia clung to her phone, the dial tone a lifeline in the sea of terror. Finally, the first rays of dawn pierced through the gloom. Security arrived, two burly men with skeptical expressions. They checked the electrical panel, dismissed Amelia's concerns as stress-induced hallucinations. "It's just an old building, ma'am," one of them said, his voice gruff. "Gets a little spooky at night." Amelia didn't argue. She just wanted to get out of there, to escape the lingering chill, the whispers that still echoed in her mind. But escaping proved easier said than done. As she walked towards the exit, she felt a strange sensation, a tingling in her skin, a sense of being watched. She turned, but there was nothing there. A cold dread washed over her. She knew she wasn't alone. Something was following her, something unseen, something malevolent. She quickened her pace, her heart pounding in her chest. As she reached the lobby, she saw him, the figure from the night before, standing by the entrance, his face obscured by the shadows. Terror seized her. She whirled around, searching for an escape route, but the lobby doors were locked. The figure moved, gliding towards her with an unnatural grace. Amelia backed away, her eyes wide with fear. "Please," she whispered, her voice trembling. "Please don't." The figure stopped a few feet away, its gaze fixed on her, cold and predatory. Then, it began to speak, its voice a chilling whisper that seemed to slither from the very depths of hell. "You have seen too much," it hissed. "You know things you should not know." Amelia felt a wave of dizziness, her legs weak. She sank to her knees, her eyes pleading. "I won't tell anyone," she gasped. "I won't say a word." The figure leaned closer, its breath hot and fetid. "It is not enough," it hissed. "You carry a part of me now, a piece of the darkness. Amelia felt a searing pain, a cold fire igniting within her. Her vision blurred, the world around her dissolving into a kaleidoscope of colors. Then, darkness. When she awoke, she was in her own bed, the morning sun streaming through the window. The events of the night seemed like a fever dream, a terrifying hallucination. But the fear remained, a constant, gnawing presence. She tried to return to work, but the building seemed to repel her. The whispers returned, louder now, more insistent. The cold spots followed her, seeping into her bones, chilling her to the core. She started having nightmares, terrifying visions of the figure, its cold, dead eyes staring into her soul. She saw glimpses of otherworldly horrors, forgotten entities from the depths of time. The fear consumed her, turning her days into a living hell. She couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, couldn't escape the suffocating grip of terror. One night, she awoke with a start, the whispers louder than ever, a cacophony of voices that seemed to fill the room. She felt a presence in the shadows, a malevolent entity watching her, waiting. Suddenly, she felt it, a surge of power, a darkness within her, a part of the entity that had touched her. She felt a strange exhilaration, a sense of power she had never known before. The whispers subsided, replaced by a chilling silence. The figure materialized in the shadows, its face contorted in a grotesque smile. "You are one of us now," it hissed. "Embrace the darkness." Amelia felt a strange sense of relief, a release from the torment. The fear, the terror, it all seemed to fade away, replaced by a cold, exhilarating sense of power. She looked at the figure, her eyes filled with a chilling new light. "I embrace it," she whispered, her voice a low, seductive purr. The figure smiled, a truly terrifying sight. "Welcome," it hissed, "to the darkness." And with that, Amelia crossed over to the other side, her humanity extinguished, replaced by something cold, something dark, something utterly evil. The rain continued to lash against the windows, mirroring the tempest that raged within her. The building, once a place of work, now became her prison, a monument to her fall, a testament to the horrors that lurked within. The whispers continued, but now they were different, filled with a chilling sense of triumph. For Amelia had become one of them, a creature of the night, forever bound to the darkness, forever lost to the world of the living.